I'm at the concession stands with my kids, and they was young, and the little high school girl shooting shots at me. I'm like, girl, I could be your daddy. These is my kids. What are you talking about?
Right.
Flirting. Like, where your mama and daddy at?
Right.
Yeah, it's different, man. And you know, it comes from a lot of absence in the home.
And here we go. You're listening to the Kings Can Move On podcast with your hosts, Jason Stewart and Frank Rainey.
What up, everybody? Kings Can Move On podcast. Welcome to it. You got your co-host right here, Big Frank the Tank, a.k.a. Big Reno. What's happening?
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Wood, a.k.a. Lil J. Welcome to the Kings Can Move On podcast. Another episode. Almost our last of the season, actually. We about to close this thing down for the season. We got maybe 2 more, including this one. But welcome. If you're listening and watching this, subscribe and like.
Yeah.
Follow and do all the good stuff we need you to do. What's up, my dude?
Nothing much, man. As you can see, I got my hair cut, so I ain't got my hat on today. Anybody know me? When I ain't got my hair cut, hat is on. Hat is on, baby, because I can't take it.
Yeah, I see. You still got that clean goatee pedophile look going on.
Yeah, man, I'm mad about that. My cousin, well, I did that shit myself, but my cousin cut it off, shaved it down more this weekend. Got mad at him. So, but it's all good. What's good with you, man?
Man, I can't complain, my dude. You know I can't complain. But we got
looking
a special
like
guest
Mr.
tonight, don't we? We got a special guest.
Yeah, we got an OG for real. You know, he said OG original gangster. This is that cat right here.
Man, stop it.
Bring him in.
Well, man, I've personally known this cat since 87, 88, something like that. And he actually, him and my brother the same age, and they came out of the same class, and they always treated me when I came up to Ruskin. They always treated me with love, man. And I'm gonna welcome in my big homie, my big homie, Big Charles Dorch. We call him Deuce, Big Deuce. What's up, baby?
Frank the Tank Reno, you know what it do. Jay Stu, what's happening? Dude, what's up, man?
What's up, OG? One of Ruskin's finest.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. Y'all could have talked to anybody. You choose your boy. So let me pay homage to you fellas, man. I appreciate that. What's good?
Not much, man. We had to pay homage right back to you, dog. You one of the OGs out here, out in this game, man, doing good things, big things. So we just like to come on out, bring you on here, get you your flowers.
Hey, I'm trying, man. I'm trying. The grind don't stop, you know.
You know, we go back to not only Ruskin, but LU too.
Oh yeah, for sure. You talking about the days of the lost book bag, right? Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. We all migrated from Ruskin all the way up to LU.
Right.
And all that good stuff. With all the
hop party, you know.
With Hop and all them cats.
I almost became a foot rat, you know?
Yeah, right.
Foot rat, the foot rats, the LU foot rats.
I almost became one here, you know?
Did you go down there all 4, or did you leave early?
Nah, I left a little bit early.
Did you?
Yeah, a little bit.
Me too.
Yeah. Hey, I woke up one morning, I got dressed for class, and I ended up walking back through my mama's door, like within a couple of hours. Like, guess who's back?
That was it, huh?
It was it. It was kind of unplanned, you know, all of a sudden, but it you know, the Lord moved you and he said, go.
Yeah. That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Well, man, I
got that degree, you know, in mythology. You know what I mean? Nothology.
Nothology, yes. But you gained a lot of knowledge. You may not have.
I gained a lot of knowledge. I gained some knowledge that they didn't teach in college, though.
You know
what I mean?
Yeah, it wasn't in the class.
It wasn't in the class, man. So I didn't get no paper for that.
You know what, man? One of my fond memories of LU, dog, is when we first came down there. You know, y'all have been down there 2 years. That's what it was. Y'all second. No, y'all 2 years above us. So I guess y'all been down there for 2 years already. So
I was on my way out the door then.
Yeah, almost. But you know, when we got there, man, we went out on the yard down in Martin Hall, outside of Martin Hall. He was like, oh man, these niggas here? Oh, we gonna get y'all fucked up.
Yeah. We was good for that.
Y'all was good for that, man.
We was good for that. You know, we just wanted to break, welcome you in and show you a good time. You know, it's kind of traditional down there. That's what happened to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good times, man. You know, if I could go back and do it all over again, man, I would change everything. If you thought I was gonna say that stupid stuff and say I wouldn't change nothing, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wouldn't do none of that dumb stuff again. I'll make it count, but you live and you learn.
Right.
You ever go back down there for homecoming, dude?
Man, I ain't been in a while, man. I had things every time it come around. You know, I coached for like 10 years. We always played games on Saturdays. From the coaching, from the youth football coaching to having the barber college. I worked on Saturdays. So it was always something keeping me away from it. Even these last couple of years when the time had kind of freed up a little bit, still ain't been able to make it, man. Still ain't been able to make it.
Down there.
Huh?
When was the last time you been down there?
It's been years, man. It's been years. I want to make it one of these years, man. See some old faces.
I'm sure.
Dude, I went down there. This was about 10 or 15 years ago. And they had redone a lot of the buildings out there.
Last time I've been down there, I saw they had all them old dorms opened up and the new library and all that. It almost looked like a new school for real. It wasn't a school we went to. No. We only had Martin, Perry, and Dawson.
Right.
And I stayed in Dawson.
Is that where you at?
For those who don't know, Dawson was the girls' dorm.
All girls' dorm.
Hey, we made it co-ed before it was co-ed.
But it was right across the hall. Right across the hall from Martin Hall. So it was like
right across the yard.
Man. A lot of sneaking back and forth going on back then.
Right.
If Constance let you. Remember Constance? If Constance let you, she was the warden.
She was the warden, yeah. You get in good with her, you good.
It was much easier to get into Martin Perry than it was to get into Dawson.
It was.
They only had one door, didn't they? In Dawson, like one door in the front.
Yeah. They say if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
Oh, trust me, I've been in there. I wasn't supposed to be. Trust me.
I know you had.
Yeah, trust me.
Straight up.
But you said you was coaching football.
Yeah.
What was you coaching? What grade?
I coached the youth, man. We coached. It was full contact. We didn't do that flag thing, and coached them from the second grade up to middle school.
Okay, how long you
did
that?
Your boys?
Huh?
You coached your boys all the way from that age?
Yep, that's when I started. See how it started was when I put them in football. I was that daddy on the side that wouldn't shut up, and the coaches was having an issue with that. They're like, "Man, why don't you just get out here?" I said, "Well, I'll do that." And then so I got on out there, and then I had to deal with them daddies that wouldn't shut the hell up. You know what I mean? There's a different perspective when I got over there. You know what I mean? I see what they was dealing with. But when I got over there, man, I fell in love with it.
Was you head coach or was you coordinator?
No, I was the assistant. I coached defense.
Okay. So man, tell me about that, dog. Cause I'll tell you this, man. One time when my daughter was in, she does soccer and softball. She asked me one year, "Daddy, why don't you coach? Why don't you coach us?" I'm like, "Baby, I'm too hype. I run up and down these fields too much to encourage y'all, and I don't think I can coach and be excited like I am."
Yeah, you can. You need that energy. That energy comes with it. The thing that you got to have, though, is the patience. You got to have patience dealing with them kids. You know what I mean? When I first started, it wasn't football. I think T-ball, when my kids started out in T-ball. And, in T-ball, the kids, they get like 58, 59 strikes before they strike out. and they still ain't out, right? So had a youngster up there, probably took all 59 of them strikes, finally hit the ball and sat at the plate and wouldn't run. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
And then when he did run, he took off in the wrong direction, went to third base. We ain't did nothing but practice base running all week long. You know what I mean? And right then I was like, I realized, for one, I'm too serious. I'm about to nut up. You know what I mean? But you just gotta have patience with them, man. You know, the older they get, the more patience you gotta have, because they start smelling themselves a little bit, start developing into, young human beings and little different experiences, going through things, and it all comes out, man. And for a lot of them, the thing that really kept me with doing that, I didn't do it because I was just like this great football guru, I came back to it because I realized the position I was playing in a lot of these young men's life. A lot of them didn't have daddies. Their daddies was gone, dead, locked up, or just straight up absent. Mama's bringing them to practice. Mama signed them up. And they looked up to us for that male person, you know what I mean? And we tried to instill those life lessons into them that, mama wouldn't necessarily give. Some will, but, they look for a man for that. And I became that man for a lot of them, so I couldn't do nothing but return. Even in their life today, I ain't coached in like 6 years, and they still call me coach, them and their families, because of that, man. It's a bond forever, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know what? I think you even put something out on Facebook a few months or so ago. No, that was Caro. Caro coaches too. Well, he used to coach.
Okay.
And one of his players came back to him like, "Hey, coach, appreciate what you did." So
that's the payoff right there. That's the payback. You know what I mean? That's the payback right there. Right now, the group of boys that I coached, they all, for the most part, we had a couple that played up, but the bulk of them in their senior year. So, I'm looking at a lot of them get college offers, D1s, and man, that's the payoff right there, to see them succeed and going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what's up, man.
How long did you coach, dude?
It was like right at 9 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you said your boys played the whole way through when you was coaching.
Yep. They did.
How many you got?
I got 2. I got twin boys, man. They out at least some in North, senior year.
Oh yeah, how they doing?
Hey, Michigan State, baby. We on our way.
Really?
Yeah, that team is balling for real.
Yes, sir.
Big
up Coach Mosey and staff, man. They putting it down.
Wow.
Did they beat West?
Did we beat who?
Lee Summit West.
The boys still recovering from 2 weeks ago. What do you mean? Hey, big ups to West, man. They came out scrapping. My ex-teammate from Ruskin, Vinny Carswell used to be the head coach out at West. He just retired, but he's a defensive coach now. He's still on his staff, but he coached out at West for years, man. And I got a handful of my young guys out at West right now. So, when we play these teams every week, man, I get to, after the game, go across to the other side of the field and hug on my ex-players, man. They keep me with a tie with Spectrum Sports. I got to have Spectrum so I can see the game of the week. Guarantee you I got a kid or two out there every week, man, I got to see. And I can't go see them because I'm watching my boys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When is their next game? They got games this weekend?
Playoffs tomorrow.
Where
tomorrow. We play
North?
Yeah, playoff, week 1.
I'm be there, player. I'm be there.
We got Lee Summit on the menu. We eating Tiger tomorrow.
You know what? Then I know I'm gonna be there because my daughter's gonna be like, "Daddy, we need to go to the game." She go to Lee Summit, so yeah.
We eating Tiger tomorrow. They on the menu. You hear
me? How many schools in Lee Summit, dog? I heard.
Hey man, it's crazy, man. They got like 3 schools for this. That it used to just be the one Lee Summit. Now they got Lee Summit West, Lee Summit North.
Yeah.
And you can like be across the street from the other school, with the boundary.
Dude, is Ruskin any good anymore in football?
Who?
Ruskin.
Our school?
Yeah. No.
That's sad about Ruskin too, man, because my mom still lives in that district, man, and it's just it just went down, and I wish there was something that can be done to bring it back up.
There is something that can be done, man, and this ain't no shot towards the coaches or the heads. But I went to a Ruskin game a couple of years ago, man. They don't have the same culture. You know, we couldn't even stand on the sideline and have a sidebar conversation without Gerald Partridge sending us to the locker room to get dressed. Mm-hmm. These cats broke up in all kind of different groups, laughing, rapping, dancing, walking all across the track, talking to people in the stands. And I'm like, are you serious?
Wow.
That's why y'all getting y'all's helmets knocked off right now, man. That don't make no sense. There's no discipline. It all start with discipline.
It's like old Eastside High off old
bad,
Joe. They
man.
need Joe Clark out there.
It's bad, man.
Hey, just a quick reminder that if you're liking this podcast, please hit the subscribe and like buttons, and also rate and follow us on your favorite podcast platforms. Thank you.
That's unfortunate. That's how it is in the school. From what I hear, not just on the field, but in the schools too. It's just bad.
It is, man. You know, for one, the new generation is different.
Mm-hmm.
Let's understand that. I'm at the concession stands with my kids, and they was young, and a little high school girl shooting shots at me. I'm like, girl, I could be your daddy. These is my kids. What are you talking about?
Right.
Flirting. Like, where your mama and daddy at?
Right.
Yeah, it's different, man. And you know, it comes from a lot of absence in the home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it does, unfortunately. It does.
Yeah, it comes from a lot of absence in the home, man.
Yeah.
So, man, you said you were back at the little leagues. Did you coach South Suburban?
No, I didn't coach South Suburban, man. South Suburban wasn't ready for us.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, we were way too competitive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we were way too competitive. FCC, JC, Blue Springs, did Mocan when we first started out on 151st and Holmes. Mm-hmm. I coached FBU tournament team, represented for Kansas City. You know, but South Suburban, I don't think they had a team over there that could handle a practice scrimmage with us. Maybe the Seminole.
Right.
But we were serious. We took that thing serious, you know, and it started with discipline. We ran that thing like a little mini boot camp. Hey, them kids talking about, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It starts in the mind.
So where would you get your plays from?
Our plays?
No, where would you get your defensive plays? How would you call your where would you come up with?
I'm glad you asked that. I was actually blessed because as I started when I first started coaching with the Kansas City Bulldogs, the scheme was all taught through the president of the league, not the league, but the team, the organization, Steve Brown. And that was a treacherous little youth team. If you know anything about youth football, Bulldogs 8. But they was younger. It was basic. You know, we did like a 4-4 defense. It was easy, you know, real simple for the kids. But the next venue I went on was Legacy Football Academy. And the coach that was Legacy was a high school coach, Mark Brown. He coached his defense up at center. And he also played at Alabama, had a ring, and he played with the Chiefs and Cleveland Browns, I believe it was. And now it's a difference between like knowing the game and knowing the sport. I knew the sport. He knew the game. He had all the X's and O's. He took it serious as just for organization. You know, we had practice with the kids, with the players, but we had coaches meetings at a chalkboard, at a blackboard with a marker, and it's like we was in the locker room. He schooled us. So to tell you the truth, I even played the game up until like my sophomore year, and then I started working or whatever. But the learnings came from him. You know, that's why I learned all my defensive schemes, all the different coverages and all that, and we taught them to the kids. Now, when them kids was young and we was at these little leagues, you know, when they was up into the 5th grade, they would allow coaches to go on the field with the kids and set them up and all that. Oh, it was so cute, you know, putting little Johnny in place. But we didn't do that. We didn't do that. Man, we had our kids from 2nd to the 5th grade. We coached them from the sideline with hand signals. They couldn't believe it. Everywhere we went, they couldn't. Hey, coach, you could come out on the field for what? We ain't playing. They on the field. They out there setting their kids up. We sending hand signals. I'm sending in blitzes to my defense from the sideline. Whoop, whoop, whoop. They looking at the referees looking at me, them coaching parents looking at me like, yeah, you best believe it, because they downplay these kids. They can remember every lyric to a rap song in the dance to go with it. You think they can't learn this stuff?
Right.
They did, right. And we kicked ass with it. Offense had wristbands, and they went on head signals from the sideline.
And it helped. I mean, it worked.
We was elite. We called ourselves elite.
Nice. So, man, let's talk about your boys real quick, man, because I know you got some ballers out here doing their thing out in Lee Summit North. Or any of them getting recruited?
We got an offer for one of them. Blessed to have whatever comes through. You know what I mean? Thankful for whatever. But it was tough coming over last year. They made a transition from center.
So they went to center?
They went to center and transitioned over to Lee Summit North last year when they moved. So, they had to go through the transition, and that's a big program. And they got a lot of kids that can play. Mm-hmm. So you just don't walk on to a team like that, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And just you don't get nothing given to you. So they made pretty good leeway, I will say. But it's competitive, so over at center, they ain't come off the field. Right. Offense and defense. Out of Lee Summit North, they platoon. It's almost like 200 kids in the program.
Yeah.
So
them boys are good.
So just to see them hit the field, to me, I'm like, it's an accomplishment, but we want to do more. The eyes are on that school, so we're looking for them to have, finish off the season good, you know what I mean? Playoffs coming around. Hey, let's have some good games. Let's get some good looks and see what happens. Last week when we played Park Hill, I'm looking at Jim Harbaugh walk up the steps.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they got the eyes, they get the looks.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it's hot over there. Coach Mosey's doing his thing. Him and his staff, they doing their thing. Last year, they was district champs. We was on our way to state, came a game short of state, but this year we're going to get that done.
And they have a young man that got Farron my daughter follows him, and I think he got 20 or 30 offers on y'all squad.
Will his name be Caden Green?
What's his name?
Caden Green?
Possibly. Is he wide receiver?
No, he should be an offensive lineman.
No, this is a slender cat.
I don't know of any receivers that got them. The most recruits is Caden Green. He's an offensive lineman. He's committed to OU already.
Wow.
Another one of my little fellas.
Oh, nice.
Monster.
Nice.
He's a monster. He played for a couple of different teams, but I had him with the KC Bulldogs and with Legacy. And he's a good kid, come from a good family, and he works. He gets it done.
Congrats to him, man. Congrats.
Yeah. It's exciting seeing that type of thing, man. I'm telling
you. Absolutely, man. What would you say is the biggest thing, man, when you see these kids out here excelling? What would you say is the biggest thing biggest advice that you would give to any young man that wants to take it to the next level, and that next level just may be college?
Just stay focused, man. There's too many distractions, and they set up like speed bumps in the road to knock you off your tracks. Stay focused. Keep grinding. But at that young age, them distractions is tough. I know they are.
Mm-hmm. What about to the parents?
Stay focused and keep grinding towards their goal.
And what about to the parents? Because that's the biggest thing, because a lot of kids will lose that focus because they don't have their parent that's focused.
It happens, man. Unfortunately, it happens. But you know what? If they in that type of situation, that's where, we hope what we instilled and poured into them comes in at, because we spoke to them about these things. As a youth, in youth ball, I'm going to be real with you. It wasn't all about the X's and O's. We wasn't capitalizing on football. A lot of it was life lessons. Mm-hmm. So, the easy thing for me is to tell you what I did, where I messed up at, or try to, get you to pick another road to take. That ain't good right there. Hey, if you do, I seen this happen. Hey, I was at, he was doing that. Look at him now. Take that route. Don't do that.
Yeah. That's what's up.
That's good advice, dog. I do want to ask you though. You said something about barber college, right? You said you had a barber college, or you had one. What's going on with that?
I had invested into a barber college. It was up and running. It's been running for like 15 years at the time that I invested into it. Thought it would be a good investment. It didn't end up being a good investment. It was a good learning lesson. But it was at the time that I invested into it, it probably ran about 5 years or so. And then we had some problems that it closed down. It was an experience too.
So with that, was it some guys you had known, or how'd you get involved with it?
Some guys I had known that they had started it, they had opened it up. So one, it moved away, and I, quote unquote, kind of bought into his half of the school.
So you invested in it. Did you have any hands on, like you was active college doing any like managing or running the place, or you just put money?
It was pretty much, I was a manager, kind of running it. But the unique thing about it was, while I was managing it, I also was a student. I went through it and got my license.
Okay.
Yeah. So I went to my own school.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
And you said it didn't work out for whatever reason. Was it just mismanagement? Was the partners not doing what they're supposed to do, or what happened, dude?
Yeah, it was a little bit of mismanagement. We could have ran it better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There were some things that were actually, to be 100, there were some things going on that I would learn a lesson I should have looked deeper into before I dropped down with the investment. But once I was in it, I was in it. So I couldn't do nothing but try to grind it out. And, like I said, I survived for like 5 years, but it was already in trouble.
Okay.
It was in the city, right?
Yeah. 27th in Cleveland.
27th in Cleveland.
Ooh.
Yeah, boy, it all used to come up in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm sure it did.
Do I bring my Clippers or the Heat today? You know what I mean?
Or both.
Both.
Yeah.
Check both boxes.
Right.
But you know what? It was good though, man. Never really had no problems, and met some cool people from from students to the people that patronize, and it was good, man. Just wish things could have turned out differently, but it is what it is.
So
we call it a loss. We call it a lesson.
Yeah. So with that being said, then what would you say you took from that experience? What did you learn from that one?
Don't move too fast. Don't just jump down on nothing. You know what I mean? I might have moved too fast, without knowing what I was moving on. That would be the biggest thing,
So what you got going on now, Deuce?
What I got going on, I'm still a barber. I didn't let the license go to waste, so I cut on the weekends. But I'm also a truck driver, so I drive trucks through the week.
Okay, locally or over the road?
Well, I do dedicated runs. I go about 3. The furthest I go out is like 3.5 hours. Omaha, Nebraska's, Hutchinson, Kansas, Moberly, Missouri, a few nearbys. Drop and hook, no touch freight. I'm too old for that. So I just back it up and let them get it and bring it on back.
Yeah.
That's it.
You driving box trucks or 18-wheelers or what?
18-wheeler, 53-footer, baby.
Damn.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you was
trying to get my son into that.
Yeah, Class A, baby. We doing it for real.
So you've been doing it how long?
Man, this month make my 2nd year, man. When that pandemic kicked in 2020, I had to reinvent, They closing barbershops down and things. Yeah. And I'm sitting in the barbershop on YouTube. I got my whole permit off of YouTube, homie. I'm studying YouTube and going over there to the driver's license bureau and taking the test. I got a full Class A with all endorsements off of YouTube.
Really?
Smart. Good thinking right there. Yes.
Feel me? Yeah. So
Okay.
I didn't do a school, but if anybody was to do it, I would say if you can, go to school.
Yeah. Get the structure. Get the structure.
Okay.
Not
So
only
you-
structure, not
Yeah.
only structure, you handling a lot out there, and you really want to know what you're doing. You kill
Yeah, I
yourself
mean-
and a whole family.
There's a lot going on with a truck, especially you talking about 18-wheeler. But
You hear me?
you driving somebody else, dude, or you looking to get your own truck?
I'm driving for a company called Hirschbach right now, pulling the reefers, full of food, and I'm looking at getting my own. I'm looking at that right now.
Okay.
Getting the LLC, running these containers,
Yeah.
doing my own thing. CED Logistics Incorporated. It's on its way.
Okay.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Love it.
Always grinding. I hear you.
I'll find it, man. It don't stop till the casket drop.
That's right. You go to sleep when you die.
Get rest in.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Before then, it ain't no time, man.
Right. Right.
Man,
Bills don't stop, so I can't stop. Kids
that's-
growing like, I got young men growing up. I got two young ladies, man. It counts.
Yeah.
Y'all know that.
Yeah, you ain't gotta tell nobody that.
Y'all know that.
You ain't gotta
For
tell
real.
nobody. We all daddies on this thing. We all know.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 in college and 2 on the way. What are you talking about?
Oof.
I ain't got time to be playing.
No. No.
Ain't no games, man. Ain't no games.
Ain't no game.
For real.
I ain't got no time to be playing, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I got a quick story for you. So, I'm in Houston. I've been in Houston for like 20 plus now, right?
Rick?
But I came down here like right after college, I didn't finish LU either. We all know that.
Okay.
But I came down here, right? And I was hanging out and I wanted me a nickname. I want to give myself a nickname, So I was like, whatever. And people were like, what's your name? I said, you know what? I'm Deuce. I'm gonna take this name for the big homie, cause hey,
Hey man, you name Jack me, homie.
hey, I was like, the name was so damn cool, and you was a big homie that looked out. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be Deuce in Texas.
Hey man, how that work out for you, man? How that work out?
It
I
didn't
didn't know
work.
that.
It didn't work out, cuz.
Hey, definitely don't use it here.
It didn't stick at all. I think
It didn't stick.
I used it for a few months and it just didn't stick. And I was like, yeah, you can't give yourself a nickname. You guys just earn one. So I'm like,
Yeah, you gotta earn that. You gotta earn that. Well,
Now-
Jay Stu would have do. Jay Stu would have do.
Oh,
Hey.
no, they probably would down there now.
and I got names now that people just gave me. So, like you said, you just earn them.
That's usually how it happened. But
Yeah.
in case you didn't know, that wasn't nothing. My parents named me Deuce.
I
that-
figured.
Yeah, and the reason they named me Deuce because I was named after my father, Charles.
Like the
I
second.
was the second.
Right?
I was the second Charles. They didn't want to call me Junior.
Mm-hmm.
So they nicknamed me Deuce for 2. That's the story behind my name being Deuce.
I kind of figured that once I got a little older, because I started meeting cats that was like Trey. I'm like, Trey? Yeah, I'm the
My
third.
son, I got my first son is a Trey.
Right.
His brother is Quan. That's the closest I can get. The Quan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I get Ace Deuce Trey. I got okay, yeah.
Get
But
it?
I never told you that. 'Cause I ain't
No,
seen
you never
but-
told me your name, Jack me, homie. But I would have told you don't use that one. I would have told you. I would have saved you a whole bunch of trouble.
you remember
Hey.
Big Reno?
I burnt that one up.
Yeah.
That one up, homie.
Hey, you remember Big Reno in LU, right?
Right, Big Reno.
Yeah, I remember we was down in the yard, and
Yep.
they was one of y'all kept on saying, either you or Brian kept on saying, hey Reno, and both of us like, what's up? And then
Yeah.
Brian was like, hey, you know what? We gonna cut this out right now. That big dude right there that told you Big Reno's and he looked at me and said, you Little Reno. So I was
Yep.
Little Reno until my son Little Reno came, and then I just became Big Reno at that time.
But you was the original Reno. When we got down there, even for Big Reno, I had to let him know I got a homie named Reno. You ain't original.
Right.
Yeah.
You ain't start nothing.
Right.
Man, yeah. It was some good times, man. But
Good
dudes,
time.
listen here, man. We gonna wrap this thing up, but we sure appreciate you coming out, man. We
Yeah.
sure
I appreciate y'all.
Yeah. But look, we got one last little segment. So, what we talking about, taking L, learning lessons, going back and changing. So we got one called Hey Young World. If you could go back to young 20-year-old Deuce and tell him anything, what would you tell him to kind of straighten him out?
Hey man, stay focused on your future, man. Them streets ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So many of our youth just running around existing and not living or not even trying to focus on life, outside of that. You know what I mean? And then they just end up just existing and exist forever and never live. Focus on your dreams, man, and go after them. Grind, work. Don't nothing come for free. It's gonna take some work.
Yeah.
Work at it, man. Go get it.
Yeah.
Get it sooner than later. You don't want to waste no time.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
That's what's up. All right. Frank, you got anything you want to close us out with, cuz?
No, bro. We just appreciate you coming in here, man, and
Big
showing us some love, and we appreciate allowing us to show you some, man. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. Like I said, you are truly one of the ones that I when I think of Ruskin, when I think of LU, I think of Brian and I think of Deuce. Because those were my big homies. And they was my big homies because my brother, I admired my brother, and because he hung out with y'all, I admired y'all. And I appreciate the love that y'all
Yeah,
showed.
my guy said, what's up, man? That's my dude.
I will, definitely.
Tell B the same thing, man. Tell B what's up, man.
We'll do.
Much love.
Right,
with
man.
that, man, we got Deuce, we got Big Frank,
Big
and
Wood.
I'm Jay, a.k.a. Wood now. Can't move on, y'all. We out.
Deuces.
All right. Love y'all.